Shalom. We start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great milks, and taught this truth. And shalom to the brothers out there that's tuned in. Now, I just want to go on a quick lesson, quick video. As you can see in the title, it says the CEO of Walmart, Target, Home Depot, and Lowe's warned that storage shelves all over America could soon be empty. And this is all prophecy because that's going into the famine. There's actually going to be an actual famine that's brought upon this place, Babylon the Great, which is known as America, and really all over the world, but ultimately, hitting this place, man. And we know what they're going to set up. After the stores get swept clean. Ultimately, them stores get turned into what is it called? Detention camps. Camps where they're gonna contain you. FEMA camps. So all these things that's happening right now. Key point, which is the famine. That's a part of prophecy, man. Eventually, a food will be at a scarce rate. What it said brother shall fight the brother for the want of bread, roughly paraphrasing. Neighbor shall spoil you for your goods. That's gonna come to reality. It's gonna be a big free for all. Your neighbor or your friend down the street that you were so close with. You guys are not gonna be friends when all hell break. Ultimately when that family kick off, man. Because ultimately, you Babylonians, you Americans, you live a fast lifestyle. And if you don't get your fix, which is that comfortable meal, that comfort food, if you don't get that fix, man, you're gonna lose it. What's that commercial? Hey, you're not chew when you're hungry. You start acting like a damn fucking brute and losing your mind. That's the state Americans are gonna be, man. Hey, losing their mind off the first couple of days once that famine really, comes to flourishing. And not just talking about these stores. All these stores are gonna be eventually are gonna be without bread, man. Not talking about physical, no actual bread, but going into food. So that's a big thing that's gonna come to America because what does it say in the scripture? It says the worst thing that gets slain. No, this is roughly paraphrasing. That it's better that you basically be killed with the sword than by famine or by hunger. Hey, because the famine, that's the worst way you could possibly die. Your body deteriorating. Your body eating its organs and its insides. And that's a long, suffering, tormenting death. It's not something that's light or that's gonna be quick as a sword or a bullet or whatever it may be. This book of 2 Ezra 15 verse 5. Behold, said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Ultimately, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai can bring all that, but the key point that we're highlighting is that famine. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is gonna make it to where it's hard for you to eat. Let me get this scripture. I already quoted it. Here we go. This is the one I want. This book is 2 Ezra 15 verse 19. Let me see if I should start up. I started verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And the word woe goes into destruction. So, through the Spirit, the Lord is saying destruction to the world. It's ultimately that's what's going to come in this World War III. Destruction to this world. Now, I ain't talking about the world being fully, utterly just destroyed, but these kingdoms, man, the kingdom that's set up, it's gonna be brought to a low. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and that's what's going to happen. These other nations are going to rise up against each other, and they're gonna go at it, man. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's going to the rising, against the government. These people losing it because the governments ain't doing shit for them. A man shall desire to go to a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's the point. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah, that's what I was speaking about. You're not gonna have the same look, as your neighbor down the street that you guys knew each other for 20, 30 years. No, that man's gonna be your enemy. Why? Because you know what he got and he knows what you got. And he got to live, man. He got to survive. He got a family. He got to feed. And if he can't go to the store and buy groceries, hey, your house is the next option, man. He's gonna go grocery shopping at your crib. Whether he gotta kill you or break in or whatever he gotta do to get it, hey, that's what he's gonna have to do. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. So yeah, as I spoke, they're gonna, ransack you damn people, man. Your neighbor Bob, your neighbor Billy, your neighbor Jason down the street. Hey man, that's gonna be your enemy, man. He's gonna he's gonna basically spoil your goods. Whatever you got, he's gonna take. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yes, be great tribulation. I know you've seen these apocalyptic movies, man. What do? These people, they team up and they stand there, start like a demolition group, and they go in there, they breaking into houses, man. Taking what they can find. This is what's gonna come to America. There's gonna be all them apocalyptic movies put into one. Most I said, a time like never before. So that's what's coming. That's what's coming to the world, man. And it's all been set up. It's all been planned by these damn elites. Ultimately by Yahweh Shemi Awashai, but these elites, knew these things were gonna happen. Well, we're talking about closing Walmart. When you spell Walmart backwards, it goes into martial law. In martial law, that's gonna be the reason why there's FEMA camps. No, those martial law groups, what they gonna do? They gonna take you out of your houses, put you in the back of their trucks, and take you to the nearest FEMA camp, man. So Walmart is gonna be used for Walmart and martial law. It's gonna go it's gonna go hand in hand, man. That's gonna be your newest prison. Hey, so this is what's coming to America. A famine, which these people obviously are not prepared for. People are out of shape, fat as hell. They gotta eat every damn 30 minutes. They gotta eat a whole meal, then have snacks, then have dessert. You know what I'm saying? And then have a fucking gallon of they're not prepared to live in the condition where you have to, you gotta go without eating for a couple hours or days. So what they gonna do? They gonna take all matters into their own hands. They gonna do whatever they gotta do, especially if they got weapons, man. They gonna put them weapons to use in order to get what they need. So I just want to go touch on that real quick. With that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashimi Habashai, Bashem Kakadash. Again, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Dawadi Habashimi Habashai, and Shalom to the brothers out there that's tuned in. Shalom.